I feel like the only way to start off this video is by saying, we did it, Joe! So guys, today on this glorious day of, what's today? Oh shit, I probably should have, hang on. I didn't look at the date. Okay, July 16th, this is a big day, guys, because after all of these years, Cher's iconic, Stars album is finally remastered and reissued on YouTube. So before we get into talking about what I feel about this remaster, I think it's important to talk about how we got here. And if you want much more detail, either go to my video where I react/review the album Stars, which I uploaded a few months ago, which is important because I want to talk about that, towards the end of this video. But or you could go check out the Turn Back Time podcast to get more info on this album, or the Wikipedia page, whatever you want to do. So basically, it's 1975. Cher has dumped Sonny, and she signs with Warner Brothers Records and records an album, which many fans consider to be her greatest album of all time, and that is the Stars album. And the album was released in I think April of 1975. And was not successful at all. There was one single, which was Geronimo's Cadillac, failed to do anything. There were a few live performances, but it just was didn't sell. But the Cher fans, they absolutely love it. And the album has never been reissued on CD or digitally up until now. And that's kind of strange considering every other album, minus the rest of the Warner Brothers albums, which we'll all talk about. Basically, I should say also under the Warner Brothers, not Warner Brothers. No, this is Warner Brothers. She also released I'd Rather Believe in You, Cherish, the Almond and Woman album, and then under Casablanca. Well, actually, we'll talk about that later. That's not important at the moment right now. But basically, none of these albums have ever been released digitally or like CD, anything like that. Physical media besides vinyl, nothing. Except for there were a few cassettes and I think a few 8-tracks. So there's that, but we don't want that. We don't need that. And it's weird considering almost every other Cher album ever has been released on CD, digitally, almost every single one of them, except for these Warner Brothers records and the I Paralyze album. Not I Paralyze, I'm so sorry, the Black Rose album, excuse me, and not Dot Commercial. But basically the main importance is these Warner Brothers albums were never released, you get the drift. And many over the years, Cher fans have been begging, please release these. And the basic reason why they were never released was simply that, well, we found this out, and I found out for it to be for sure, but it was only speculated. Cher owned the rights to these albums. So basically, one thing that I heard in the Turn Back Time podcast is that around the time when, Believe was a big hit and all her studio albums started to get reissued on CD, apparently Cher bought the rights to every single one of these records because it was not a good time for her. The material, I'm sure she probably enjoys the material, but it was just it wasn't a good commercial time for her musically. A lot of her music was flopping and she didn't like that, so she didn't really want it reissued. She didn't want to go through that again. But, excuse me, that was my iTunes right there. But the fans were like, please, for the love of God, do it. And after all these years, nothing. There have been bootlegs of the albums, released on CD. This is technically, I've talked about this before, this is a bootleg of a bootleg, because it's not even the official Lost Diamond. Oh no, I broke it. A Lost Diamond bootleg. But so there's that. And then, so here's what's strange, is that I believe it was either a few months ago I released my reaction to this album, okay? And out of my entire Cher discography journey, which many of you have joined me on, and I thank you so much for that, that was the video that did the best. It is at 1.4K views, which is a lot more than some of the other videos have gotten. And because I think it's just because it's such a loved album and people want more people to talk about it. And what I found really interesting is that when I uploaded the video, I didn't think I was going to have any issues with copyrights, because when you do reaction videos, you were allowed to monetize that content because you were reviewing/reacting to the material. So you were allowed to, monetize that, which is how I make a little bit of pocket cash so I can buy more vinyl. And I got a notice saying that my video had been, it wasn't a copyright takedown, but it was just like, hey, we own the rights to this. You can still post your video, but we're going to make all the money off of it. And it was from and I have it written in front of me right here, Aviator Management GmbH. And I was like, well, hold up, who the fuck are you? Because I know for a fact that Cher, at least as far as I knew, Cher owned the rights to these songs. And then funny enough, Aviator Management is the management that manages Cher. So I find it interesting that shortly after I uploaded this video, out of nowhere, Cher decides to finally issue a remaster of the album on YouTube only. And listen, I'm not trying to take credit for anything here, but I mean, come on. It's kind of suspicious that I upload this video just a few months ago and magically this remaster appears. I know everybody's been begging for years, but that video did a lot of, I'm just saying, everybody. I think I might have had a little hand in that, and I'm so grateful if I did, because everybody is so happy on YouTube that this is finally reissued. So basically, we get a notice out of the blue. Well, first we got a video teaser about a week ago. No, well, not a week ago, some time ago. I've been on vacation. I'm all scatterbrained. But it was like a surprise is coming. And in the video, it showed Cher singing Geronimo's Cadillac, and shortly it was revealed thereafter that Stars was going to be completely remastered, meaning they had to have been working on this for a little bit, and reissued on YouTube only. And a lot of people are still pressed that it's on YouTube only, which I want to say, here's my theory as to why it's only on YouTube at the moment, and what I'm going to use is Mariah Carey's Glitter as an example. For many years, Glitter wasn't on Spotify or anything like that because it was, she didn't own the rights, Virgin owned the rights, and it was like a whole debacle. So she had to buy the rights back for Glitter, and then it took some time for it to then appear on Spotify and, digital services and whatnot. With YouTube, it's a lot easier with content you own. If you already own it, you can monetize it, do whatever you want with it. It's much quicker, I feel, than, putting it on streaming. Not technically as accessible. Well, YouTube's very accessible, but I mean, unless you have YouTube Premium, you can't just turn off your screen and listen to it whenever you want, you know what I mean? But I think that might have a hand in it. It just might be more of an issue of Cher trying to figure out right-wise how she wants it to be on Spotify, because a lot of the other albums she doesn't own, so it's a little more convoluted, if you will. But I feel like that might be the reason why it's only on YouTube at the moment. And it's, you know what, after how long we waited, I'll take this, because I feel like a reissue is on the way digitally. So yeah, it was posted on YouTube today. There was a premiere for the first track, Love Enough, and everybody was excited. I unfortunately didn't have the opportunity to listen to it until about an hour ago. But guys, the remaster is incredible. I mean, my God, it sounds, I never knew that this album could sound even lovelier than it did, because my vinyl pressing still sounds genuinely amazing. Whoever I got it from took great care of it, and there's no clicks or pops, nothing. It just sounds beautiful. And this, just hearing, the thing about this remaster that I feel really sticks out is not only Cher's voice, which was evident in the beginning. If anything with this remaster, I noticed some more inflections in Cher's voice, like especially on Bell Bottom Blues, with her getting a little more into the groove with it. I noticed that a lot more, and I was like, oh, yes! But really what sticks out is the production, the orchestral sound of the entire album. I always forget how orchestral this album is, but it... I mean, the fact that they really brought out a lot of it is just incredible. In Love Enough, when you hear the violins just in the middle of it, you're like, oh my God, I've never heard you before. Where did you come from? Gorgeous. These days, I mean, again, everything. That's what I will say, is that everything really just sticks out is the orchestralness. The clarity in Cher's vocal is just, it's finally, you can hear this vocal, because this is what many people consider one of her best vocals too, and now you can hear it in pure clarity. It's just gorgeous. Love Hurts. I really like how you can hear the strumming of the guitar. I think that's absolutely incredible. I found it sad. I was hoping the remaster, well, maybe did a little bit, but Rock and Roll Doctor is still my least favorite of the album. But I think I did like it a little more because it's just, again, it's so clear. And the one thing that I did not notice there are these twinkles at the end of the Stars song that I feel that on the vinyl are just not very noticeable towards the end. And then on this remaster, it's like, oh my God, like these beautiful twinkles that just sound like stars fading out into the night. It's gorgeous. The remaster is beautiful. I think it's only a matter of time before it appears on Spotify or hopefully iTunes, so that way we can purchase it in its complete quality if they release it in the right, whatever biddage it should be in. But yeah, guys, it's better than ever. I mean, Stars is back, and I'm glad. Well, here's what's weird too, is that we've only really gotten confirmation of this from her YouTube channel. Cher has not posted anything about this on Twitter, which I find funny because a few months ago, someone was like, when's the Black Rose album gonna be on Amazon Music? And she was like, most of my favorite songs weren't even hits. And then nothing after that. And what's funny is that today, everybody's like, Cher, this is great. And she keeps posting about the damn elephant on her Twitter. She's just like, he's free. And I'm like, yes, we know, Stars. Let's focus on Stars. It's so funny to me. But I'm so glad that this is, remastered for the world to hear. It's only a matter of time before we can actually buy it and, hear this in its full, everything. I love it. I think it's great. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think my video had anything to do with this getting remastered? Let me know in the comments below too as well. So I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at Salvador J. Rocha, Twitter at Sal Says Stuff, and TikTok at SalRocha1. And I'll see you guys ever so soon. Have an amazing night, day. And remember, stars come and go, but you are here forever. Love you guys. Bye.